anyone who's getting antsy, feel free to get up and walk around.
What role do you think public libraries might or might not play in disseminating lesbian fiction as an example?
Yeah.
Genre fiction.
Right. Well, it's funny because libraries, as we've discussed before, my partner and I have discussed before, have this reputation as being, just filled with lesbians, and they typically are. But you don't find. I don't know what it is about the lack of lesbian titles in public libraries. I think part of it is that these publishers get the reputation for being genre publishers. They're publishing romances, mysteries. Those are the big things that sell. Crime novels. Those are the huge sellers for these publishers, and they have to produce books that sell because they're small, they're independent. They have to give their readers what they want. I know in King County, there's just a fabulous array of lesbian titles. And so I think it depends on where you live. But I know in Bellingham, I've spoken with one of the librarians there, and she said, tell me, I don't know these books, but if you come in and you tell me and you make a personal connection with the librarian, they'll order the books. And so it's up to, I think, each one of us to say, hey, here's what I want in my local library. Personal is political, that sort of thing.
Well, just to counter that, I tried to get Well of Loneliness. Has anybody ever heard of that?
Most depressing lesbian novel ever.
But anyway, that's a book. It's not in the Bellingham Library. And when I asked them about it, they said, well, probably somebody, it's listed as inactive. They said probably somebody stole it or something. And they had no interest in replacing it.
Interesting. So it probably depends on who you talk to. Maybe, I don't know. Because the woman I talked to was great, so it's probably on an individual basis.
You have to go with the budget.
Yeah, might have to go with the budget.
It has to do with the budget.
Yeah.
If it doesn't circulate, we're responsible, the taxpayers. We buy what people want to read. We buy what is popular.
Yep.
And it's amazing what the library has. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah. Anyone else? Oh, I'm going to ask her.
Yeah.
What was the most challenging part of writing this book? Was it the updating piece?
Probably the first draft was finding time because I was working a full-time job. I had a girlfriend. I was playing soccer on like 4 teams and doing all those things. Although I was younger, and so it was easier to stay up until midnight every night writing and then go to work in the morning. But that was probably finding the time. With the revision, I probably shouldn't admit this publicly, I took it to work with me and worked on it there. So that was actually really enjoyable. I would get my work done, and then we work done, and then I would work on it towards the end of the day every day. And shh, don't tell me. I won't tell you where I work.
We don't know where you work.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you. Shh, go in. So that was probably the most challenging part. And then also when they asked me to change things, to think about what am I going to change? Am I really going to be such a, pardon the word, slut for publication that I'll just do whatever they ask me? And the answer was yes. I am. But and I actually put my foot down on a couple of things and said, this I don't really. I believe I put my foot down on one thing that I felt strongly about, and they were like, okay, cool. So it's that whole negotiation thing. Yeah.
What did you major in as an undergraduate?
Women's Studies at Smith College, where the motto was, we study women in a major way. Yeah, I have to put that plug in. There's now gender studies, and that just doesn't work. We study gender in a major way. Yeah, in the back.
What do you get to do to promote your book now? Are you traveling? Or?
This is the first reading. I've talked to Left Bank Books in Seattle, and they're psyched to have me come because one of the people on staff plays a lot of soccer and is a lesbian. So I think that's why. So I'll do that. And then I have some friends in Portland who are hooked into the scene there, and I'm for what's the name of the bookstore?
Powell.
No, not Powell. Sorry, it's a women's
There's a women's
feminist.
bookstore. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it's called.
In Other Words, I think. In Other Words, yeah. So I haven't talked to them yet, but my friends know the people there, so I'll probably do a
Don't
reading
tell them
there.
they laugh over nothing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
So there, and then I'm friends in San Francisco, friends in LA, and maybe some contacts in Tucson. My mom knows someone in Tucson, so that might happen. So I'll probably do that kind of, and it'll give me an excuse to go see the redwoods again, which I'm really, really excited about. So, yeah.
Are you thinking about a sequel?
No, but I have a prequel that I wrote already. That's it was funny. It was actually the same character name, only she was from Oregon. Emily was from Oregon in this very first draft that I wrote. But it's in college, playing soccer in college. But I put it at UCSD because Smith is in New England and it's very cold there. And I decided I wanted the novel someplace sunny. And my sister lives in San Diego, so there, I'm kind of thinking about that. It was really fun to write, and I might see about that, but probably not a sequel. It'd be too hard. Yeah.
It sounds like you've got a really good voice, of the young women, and I'm wondering if you thought about writing books for teens.
I have.
Because
I
there's
definitely
so
have.
few gay books for teens.
Right, yeah, and the ones that are out there are really good.
Yeah.
Julianne Peters, she's one of my
Yes,
favorites.
she's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and I've thought about that, just to kind of connect with, that generation. I worry that I'm a little old for it, I'll be 40 soon, so it's like,
No, you should see
Julianne
Peters.
Isn't she old?
Julianne Peters is probably in her 50s.
Oh, really? Wow. Old lady. Yeah, I've thought about that. Yeah, I think that'd be a fun group to write for. And some of the same issues, which, in my 20s I was exploring, I think teenagers are now exploring.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, if there are no other questions, I will be up here signing copies if you have them, and come by and pick up a bookmark and say hello. And thanks for coming.
Thank you.